So, are you a chronic bedrotter? If you are, in a literal sense, it's really like not good. And I would personally say that it's a sign that you have underlying mental health issues. But let me just tell you about it, what it really is. Okay, so bed rotting is basically spending the entire day or the entire weekend in bed. It's like you're just laying in bed. Um Now, the other question you're going to ask is it healthy? Spending time like in your bed to sleep because you're tired after like hustling to get the bread, you get me? There's nothing wrong with that. But doing it on a consistent basis where it's like you're just laying in bed, scrolling on your phone, eating in bed, texting in bed. The only time you get up from the bed is because maybe you want to pee. You know, it doesn't even sound like it's healthy as I continue saying it, right? It's like you can do it, but you have to keep in mind, why are you doing it? Is it because you're tired? Like, you've worked all week, you have a 9 to 5 job, like you've been at work all week, working 14-hour days, and you just want to stay in bed this weekend? Fine. But if you're doing these things on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, where like there's this girl on, is it on TikTok, that said she spends almost every day, the entire day, in bed, and then she says she's up all night and in bed all day. Now that is normal. There are people that are just like, they like to stay up at night, and there are people that just like to be up in the daytime. Now, because of this system, if you're the type of person that works a 9 to 5, like it's just not even ideal for you to be up all night. But you kind of have to evaluate yourself and see, okay, well, what works for me? Like, who am I? What do I like to do? I remember there was a time where I used to be working all night and I would sleep all day, like during my undergrad, and I didn't mind it. I would personally say that I am very creative in the nighttime. Like, my thoughts flow a lot in the nighttime. It's like, even last night, I was up, like, I laid in bed at 11, and then I ended up doing something I should not have done. And then I ended up just like not going back to bed till like after 3 a.m. It was just like ridiculous. Because my thoughts just started to flow. Why? Because of people bothering me. I'll say why. There's this guy who I met, who I went out with, and since I went out with him, he's just been bothering me. And literally, where my mind goes is like, how can I get this man from not texting me every day? And that is like the truth, because it's a distraction. I do not want you to make me think about you. Stop saying nice things to me, sir. Please. Okay, I need to focus. I need to get money. I'm just not the type of person, like, I can't concentrate on a man and have to work as hard as I do, because personally, this is my belief, I feel like if a man wants to be on my mind all day, he should be providing for me, paying my bills, so that I don't have to be worrying about hustling and getting this money. You get me? If you're not paying bills, you do not deserve to be on my mind all day. But let's get back to why we're here. So we said bed rotting is healthy, as a self-care strategy, okay? Because like I said, if you've been working a lot and you need to sleep, you just need to sleep. Bed rotting and mental health. If you're doing it too much, on a daily basis to avoid like doing certain things, going out, seeing the world, meeting people, getting a job, whatever it is, anxiety, well, it's gonna be a good coping mechanism just for a short time, because at the end of the day, if you have to get up and go get a job, that's just something that you have to do and you shouldn't put it off. Besides, people aren't that scary, you know. As long as you put a smile on your face and you're confident in yourself and you hydrate and you love yourself and you get enough sleep and you pay attention to your needs, you know, as an individual, just be yourself, and that's the best you can do. You wake up and you do your best, everything's gonna be fine. You don't have to be anxious about anything. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Understand what you can and can't handle. It's as simple as that. Depression. Now, personally, the only time I've been a chronic bedrotter was, I'd say, in 2017 into like even 2019. And this is a story I'm going to tell after. I'm kind of aiming to leave this story for around like Mental Health Month, which is in May, but possibly I'll post it before that. Now, I was a chronic bedrotter because I was depressed. It's as simple as that. I used to spend all day in bed, literally. I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. And then how I healed, I prayed to God. Like, I begged God. I kneeled down and I prayed for God to help me, and he sent me a man that took care of me when I needed it. But that was the second time. The first time, I just had to move out of the situation that I was in. But like I said, that's the story for another day. Now, how bedrotting can disturb sleep. It's just not good to bedrot. Bedrotting is basically a self-care strategy that you just want to not do anything. Now, you don't have to do that in your own bed. You could do that on the couch. You could do that outside in the grass. Outdoors if it's like a sunny day, and that's what makes it healthy. And if you're always doing it in your bed, that's how you know it's not like, that's like a mental health issue, depression. Now, like, basically, so you can bed rot, like I said, on your couch, outdoors. It's just something you like doing, like time passes, and you feel okay, you feel happy doing this. This is like self-care. For me, I'd say being outside in the grass, literally just laying in the grass, not in the hot sun. That is like how I would do it in a healthy way. So it disturbs your sleep by not allowing you to fall asleep in your bed when you need to, because you're technically just always in bed. So you have to find like a different place to do your bed rotting. Maybe in a different room, on the couch. And you know, like, they suggest stuff like waking up or getting up every couple of hours and walking around. Like, literally, this is literally just depression. You know, if you have to be told to do these things, and if you're not mindful of why you're doing it, you shouldn't be laying, like, of course you could be tired, but it's not something you should be doing on a continuous basis. And if you find yourself doing this too much, trust me, it more than likely is just you trying to avoid your responsibilities, which there's no point in doing that, or you're depressed and you should talk to someone about it. But yeah, that's all I got on bed rotting, with my little rant in between. And I'm gonna post a video of how I healed my depression, because your girl was depressed at one point in her life, but we ain't never gonna go back there again, period. Hopefully. No, we're not going to, by the grace of God. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk.